Good morning. Sorry, I'm a bit late. I know. It is how it is. I'm very sorry.
Hi, Mr. Super Cool. How's it going, my man?
I had a cool idea that I actually wanted to program, but I didn't do. I wanted to program it in. I watched the VOD yesterday. Hello, Tonich. That was correct, right? The correct pronouncement for your name, Tonich. Look at this professional English speaker, bro. Bruh. I took a look at the VOD yesterday, and apparently, correct. Apparently, yeah, let's open up VS Code. Bloons does the menu like a bit differently with a sine curve, I think. And it's quite rare to be proud of. What? Quite rare to be proud of. There we go. Okay, just got distracted. Shouldn't have opened that, but yeah, we didn't see much anyways. No, I mean, most people fail to pronounce my name. Ah, see. Okay. Yeah. God. There we go. It's time. Let's look at some... oh, there's quite a few messages here. Whoops. Let's look at some stuff and then quickly work on the game. I'm running out of disk space again, unfortunately, which is why I'm currently copying over stuff. Bruh. 80 gigabytes, 30 gigabytes. Dude, but I'm close to be deleting about 200 gigabytes of data. Also, excuse me. Also, with my new side job, they actually gave me, the guy actually gave me 2 4 terabyte disks that I can use until I have my own disk. So I can use those soon. Very nice of him. Hey yo, hello there. That is a difficult name, bro. Gulnil. And so, like, I guess what I want to talk about too is the video that I made on Dark Souls. For those of you who watched it, probably not that many over here. Not this account. The other account. I'm still thinking about how I wanna do that. Over here. I made a summary of Dark Souls. And this video has gotten about 160 views. And obviously it's less than my typical videos, right? My typical videos that I do get more than that, close to 1,000 at this point. However, in the grand scheme of things, I'm actually very happy because this video, people watch this video for quite a long time, actually 6 minutes, which is higher than usual, which means that the people that do watch it, most of you don't like or click on it, they like it. That's what I get from this. And so that tells me that I think I should continue doing it. Yeah. I still have to think about it, right? Because it does take some time to do it, but yeah. It would be more if you used Rust. Okay, bro. Sure, brother. Sure. Cakez, I'm also building a game engine. Any tips on starting YouTube/Twitch? You're building a game and an engine. Well, you mean in terms of getting viewers to watch your journey? You have to realize one thing, that streaming programming is not that entertaining. There's a reason why Pirate Software and Primogen stopped doing it. There's a reason why I still do it, but I know that now, you know. So you will get some viewers if what you're doing is interesting. Making a game, an engine is interesting, right? You will have an audience there, definitely. But you can expect like 200 people to watch you in a minute. Or unless, of course, unless you're someone like Tokyo Spliff, right? That is crazy, crazy good. Or, you know, what I noticed as well is if you know Rafael Luba. So it depends on what type of person you are. Let's say you are at Soding, a Rafael Luba, or a Tokyo Spliff, one that has a lot of Tokyo Spliff streams, yeah. So if you want to make content out of what you do, then Tokyo Spliff might be the best example to look at, right? What did he do? He made himself some challenges, and he has a very distinct stream. While everyone sits there like this, right? In programs like this, ring, 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 like he's like there, like this, right? Boom. You know, has his balls out on the table, and then he smokes, right? It's his. It's like a different vibe, right? And at the same time, he is very, very smart. He knows what he's talking about, and you can see that he speaks from experience. So you have to find that one thing that makes you without lying too much, right? Without lying. If you, like, for example, in my case, I am an explorer. I don't know jack shit, but I like to explore things. And so I found success on YouTube and on Twitch by exploring things I don't know and then giving my dumb opinion on them. For example, the one of the best videos I made was J, trying out J. That was 3 hours of streaming. If you want to make a game in an engine, you have never done this before, you could treat it as exploring and then making summaries of that. The biggest problem that you will most likely have, which is what I have too, is you will probably end up with recordings that like of 20, 30, 40 hours, and you have to extract the essence out of those. And if you slack too much doing that will take a lot of time. There's many ways to do it. I don't really have a perfect answer because I'm very small, right? So I found success by trying out different things than my game. I have made devlogs about my game. They were not that successful. I found more success in making small games and then showing the process of making these small games, right? Or testing out the language and then talking about the language. But there's many ways to do it. So for example, Reticide, Voxel, right? He's the best example of not doing too much work in YouTube, but still getting, you know, people to be interested in his stuff, right? He uploads clips of basically. I don't even think they have sound. Yeah, they don't have sound, right? It always depends. I think the best way when you're making an engine and a game is show more visual stuff. One thing I can tell you. Unless you're talking about reviewing a language, show more pictures than code. And the best example is as well, like Tokyo Spliff is a C++ programmer, right? We watched a devlog of him yesterday, didn't we? Where's that? Didn't we watch one? Where was that? Am I blind? Was it not here? Maybe on general game dev? Where was that? Here. If you want to make content of your game, right? Click anywhere in the video 90% of the time you see a nice picture. If you want to make YouTube content, grab a bunch of nice pictures from your streams, order them in, how do you call that? When you have a lyrically, hello Snoggy good morning guys, I really appreciate everyone joining. Hello Lolboy, good cheeseburgers, Zend my man, and Coding Roy, good morning guys. Came to the stream due to the Odin video. That was seriously interesting, but I guess it took days to create. It took like 2 to 3 days to create. Yeah, I mean 3 days streaming it and then 3 days making the video, something like that. Yes, sequential order. Yeah, follow a how do you call that? A narrative, not a narrative, but you know what I mean, right? Thanks for the advance, I really appreciate it. It not really is something tangible. Unfortunately, I cannot really give you something actually tangible, because you saw this video right here. He's very successful on YouTube. It only, quote unquote, only has 44,000 views. When you take into account his subscriber count, that is not that much, but still a lot. Still a lot. Show some visual progress of your game over time and talk over it. So let's say you have made 10 streams and you decide, okay, I made some good progress. I want to talk about what I did. Take the best pictures of those 10 days and then talk over it. If you actually go through 10 times 8, or let's say 10 times 4 hours of recording, that is 40 hours of recording. Let's say you watch it at twice the speed, you will be sitting there just watching your stream for 20 hours. If I do a 4-hour stream, I'm watching my stream 2 hours to see if there's anything in it. Realize that. If you want to do YouTube too. If you just want to stream, just stream whatever you want to do, right? And then maybe do something like Reticide. I don't know. You will have to find your own stuff. And also, one more thing, just try to be yourself. Maybe you see a cool YouTuber, maybe you see someone that is, acting it up. Just try to be yourself. Even if you think it's not entertaining or interesting, because the more you are yourself, you will find your interesting or true self easier than changing who you are based on what you think is interesting, if that makes sense. So like I can talk from my own experience. In the very beginning, my very first YouTube videos, I tried to be like Randy, but I'm not Randy. So you can tell that those videos they're just dog shit. I actually privated them. That's how bad they are. And it didn't feel authentic. And the more I realized that, the more I tried to be myself, and I got much more successful. Randy. Mornings. So I'm a noob in coding. Started with Python a week ago and a bit of GDScript already with tutorials. But I got a big experience in YouTube about content and get clicks and what people like to see, what they will watch. Let me give you one thing on your way. Ask yourself, look, in your YouTube history, you have watched from other games, trailers, arts, gameplay, whatever. What's the thing that people want to see? Yourself and 99% want the same. Yeah, so one thing I could tell you about devlogs, show mostly pictures. Stop showing code. No one cares about the code. Even if you think the code is the most interesting thing in the world, no one gives a fuck. No one actually gives a fuck that you used an if statement. For example, every single devlog I come across, no one shows code. If they show code, it's for like 2 seconds. You know, and the best example is a difficult game about climbing. Devlog. How many views? 1.8 million views. The entire video is just a video. There's not a single line of code shown. Not a single line. Absolutely nothing. To be honest, I really liked Soring and he does only code. I'm not saying that you cannot show code. to not have success. But I'm saying that if you want to show progress or make a devlog, then showing code is wrong. If you want to show a language, then you have to show code. If you want to show how to code an MP3 player, then you have to show code. But if you're making a game and you're making a devlog, then you don't show code. Most of the time, like 80-90% of the time, you just show pictures. That's what everyone does. That's just the way it works. JDH shows a lot of code too. No, he doesn't. JDH, I mean, I guess we could talk about it a little bit. I really find this interesting. I know most of you don't, but let me see here. JDH. His biggest video was this one and Minecraft in the beginning, right? Yeah, I don't think he has a bigger video than this. If you like go through this twice the speed, but we can like what you can do on YouTube here is this cool thing. This is I guess we have to watch it because this is a speed up. It's a speed up here. This is not really showing code. This is a time lapse. What I mean by showing code is actually showing code. This is just a time lapse. So it's like an interesting moving thing. What this shows is not code. This shows progress. That's a different thing, unfortunately. I didn't understand that as well. Right, so what he shows mostly is progress here. Right, he doesn't go into detail on any of this. That's what I'm trying to say. I see what you mean, yes. So like what I did in the beginning is I showed actually a bunch of code. And I did get like over 100 views, but still compared to 10,000 views, what I get now on if I can get 10,000 views if I make a video about making a game in Godot, I know I will get 10k. Compare those two, it's like night and day, right? So like he doesn't really show code. He explains a little bit. That's all. And you know, then shows cool pictures like this. You see that? That's what he does. And so like, yes, he is more focused on C++ and making a game with no engine. However, in his devlog, he doesn't go into detail on any of this. He just shows the code, how he's writing it, and cool pictures. Yeah, that's just it. It's a picture book. Exactly. Yeah, like that's what I can tell you. Exactly. Try that. Maybe not make it too long. Get the coolest things. And by the way, on YouTube, I'm sorry, Riley. How do you know if a developer is using Rust? They will tell you. Ah, yeah. Exactly. They're like the vegans of programming, brother, man. Like, holy shit. Exactly, my man. True, yeah. It's like with the Linux users. They will also tell you. These are the vegans of operating systems. Offend two groups of people. How to offend two groups of people? Yeah, it is what it is, you know. Anyways, yeah, there's so much more, and I'm still figuring things out, right? I just uploaded a video that only got 160 views compared to my other stuff. There's a lot of stuff that you have to figure out with YouTube. But what I can tell you, Gul, is if you start streaming, the moment you start, you should also start doing YouTube. In my opinion, you should try to figure out a way to stream and do YouTube at the same time. Unless you have the most extraordinary streams, even then, no one will very likely find you. And as you saw, someone came over here because of my Odin video. You will find people coming or flooding over from other sources. Don't forget TikTok and also Shorts, yeah. Shorts, TikTok, right? Shorts are easy to make. Don't try to make the craziest shorts. Just upload some funny moments of your stream. Yeah. Exactly. You can't stream highly cerebral topics. People can't follow that. Graph theory or something. It's super useful, but people don't understand it. It depends. What the fuck is that? What? Cakez offering his firstborn? No, I'm not offering my firstborn. You know what? Fuck you. Poland limbo? What is E? Who would make something like this? Who would be so disgusting to make something like this? Goodness. Saved. Okay. Stream clips. Did you guys send any stream clips? Thank you, Sturdy Post. I'm gonna take a look at those. I appreciate it, brother. That's goodness. I saw this. Girlfriend. Spends all your money. Needs a lot of effort to get. Yeah. Takes hours to get rid. Oh, yeah. Does not want to tell you the problem. Yep. Breaks up with you. Andre, the blacksmith in Dark Souls, always greets you 100%. Always nicely greets you, by the way. Smiths your weapons. Always, yeah. Gives you advice, yeah. Has a majestic... Oh, yeah. Ding, ding. Okay. Yep. Gamepad tester. Oh, I see yesterday. My gamepad works, bro. What did you think it was, Cakez? I thought it was a baby, man. It was disgusting. I thought it was a baby, bro. Multiplayer snake. What is this? And so the second mystery is solved. Because of Microsoft partial implementation of the standard blah blah blah, we could rely on our nodes staying in the same spot because our vector would move the list it contained. When we upgraded, the correct behavior broke our code. The simplest solution in our case was to change the std vector to a std list, which kept everything stable. Personally, I found this to be a pretty interesting puzzle. That said, it should not take a detailed understanding of the standard and the history of its various implementations to find the source of a bug. Most languages are designed for writing software. Apparently C++ was designed for solving riddles. That's why you don't use C++, you absolute buffoon. That's why you don't use C++, you write your own construct. std list, std vector, please. Dumbo. I optimized my game engine up to 12,000 FPS. More games need this? What? That is interesting. I want to watch this. We don't have much time, but still, I want to watch this. 11 minutes. Yup. 100%.
Have you ever been excited about a new game only to be disappointed that it lags?
Yup.
I've spent the past 6 years creating a game engine, and I've been shocked at the things that can make or break performance. I'll show 4 simple optimizations that you can use to make your games run much quicker. Instead of just talking about them, we'll use them to optimize something that's found in a lot of games, voxels.
Okay.
Voxels are these small cubes, and this world is composed of millions of them. Right now this runs at 50 frames a second, and we'll increase it up to 2500 using the first optimization. If we render these voxels one at a time, we would render this map at 1 frame a second. That's the opposite of optimization. So instead, we'll group them into chunks of 32. All these voxels now share the same mesh, which lets us render all of them at the same time. We can then combine more chunks together to create a larger world. This works, but it renders very slowly. So let's start optimizing it.
Okay.
If we have a look at the mesh for a chunk and then zoom in further into a voxel,
Well, we don't need the
can see that
insides.
it's composed of 12 triangles.
Yeah.
That means the entire world is composed of 115 million triangles.
Holy
The less
shit.
triangles we have, the faster our game will run. So let's get rid of some.
Yeah.
If we look at these two voxels,
We don't
there's
need the
4 triangles
inside.
between them that will never
4
be able
minus
to see.
4.
So
Yeah.
when we generate the mesh for this chunk,
I have a
we'll
coffee.
skip the triangles that are between two voxels.
True.
This brings our triangle count down massively to only
Massive.
1.2 million,
Ooh.
but we can reduce it further.
We can
If we look
reduce
at
it
this
even
wall, we
further
can see it's
beyond.
composed of voxels that all have the same metal texture. It looks like a large flat surface, but it's really composed of 1,500 triangles.
Holy
We don't
shit.
need all these individual triangles. We're better off combining them together.
Holy
The
shit,
algorithm
this
for
guy's
is too big
insane.
to fit on screen, but I've put a link to it in the description. We
Okay.
can also combine them sideways, but not until we've done another
Hello, Zendita.
optimization
Lunchtime
in step
streamer.
4.
Thank you.
This brings us up to 2,500 frames per second just by reducing the amount of triangles. The
Okay.
next thing we can optimize is what's stored inside each triangle. Every voxel face has 2 triangles, and each triangle is composed of 3 vertices. Each of these vertices stores position and normal vectors and a texture ID.
Yeah.
This adds up to 28 bytes per vertex, and for the entire world, that's 24 megabytes.
This is what bottlenecks me, by the way. This data per vertex bottlenecks me. I can show you. Let's see. Let me show you. Just a quick intermission, right? If we go into our game and we go into render interface, JK, we go into the shader header. That's where we find ourselves a vertex. It's not actually that much. Lol. No, I'm stupid. There it is. Every single quad in the game that I draw, for each quad, I store this much data. So I store a vector 2, a vector 2. So basically 4 vector 2s, 4 ints, and then 1 vector 4. And yeah, that's it. Who's gonna tell him that he has just a few quads and particles? I get over 2,000, 3,000, 5,000 quads in my game easily. If you think it's not that much, but it actually is. If you think it's just a few quads, you're wrong. A particle system split into multiple small things, that's quite a lot. 5,000, I know it's still not, but it's still a lot of data per quad.
Reducing our triangle count increased our performance, and so will reducing our memory usage.
Yeah.
So we'll compress all this data into one integer without losing quality. To start, every vertex needs a position. Currently we're using a vector for this, which holds 3 floats.
Yeah.
These floats are great for standard 3D models because they can store fractional values. But every triangle in our mesh lines up to a grid, so we can use a byte instead. That's a
They... No. How? A grid? Well, how long is your grid? 256? I think that's a bit of cheating. Like, okay, well, what's after 256? The game's over? The game's done? You only have bytes times offset? Bytes times offset? What?
quarter the size of a float, but we can go even smaller. A byte holds 8 bits and can store numbers up to 255.
Yeah.
But our chunks are only 32 voxels wide. With 7 bits, our mesh will be half the size at up to 127
I don't understand. He lost me.
voxels wide. With 6 bits, our mesh can be up to 63 voxels wide. And with 5 bits, our mesh can be up to 31 voxels wide, but our chunk can't fit into that. So we'll use 6 bits for each of the X, Y, and Z positions. We can reduce this further, but not until...
Aha, so I see. So it is a chunk index. It is a chunk in the game that has bits for each position in the chunk. So he's treating this chunk as its own local space, and then this chunk has its own position in the world space.
We've done
I see.
another optimization in step 3. Each vertex also stores a normal vector, which helps us calculate lighting and other effects.
Yeah.
This vector stores the direction that each triangle is facing. For example, here, all the green triangles are facing up,
Yep.
and all the red triangles are facing left. Since voxels are cubes, there's only 6 possible normals they can have. So we'll store the number 0 for up, 1 for down, 2 for right.
Smart. Fucking smart. That can be done in 3 bits? 3 or 4 bits? Something like that. Thank you so much, Sark XD, for subscribing.
Right,
Appreciate
and
it,
so on.
brother.
Then in the vertex
Thank you.
shader, we can turn this number back into a vector. We can fit these 6 directions.
Wait. We can turn this number normals. Yeah, we store the normals on the GPU. We store this on the GPU as a const. Or they don't have consts, but yeah.
Inside 3 bits, which is a huge saving.
3 bits, yeah.
Lastly, each triangle contains a texture ID, which tells the shader which texture to apply. We only have 70 unique textures.
70 unique texture. 64 is 8. No, wait. Wait, so 2. Wait, 1, 2, 4 is 8. 16, 32, 64, 128. So it's 8 bits.
So we can store this ID using 7 bits. All the data we need to render
I'm just gonna believe
a
him.
vertex can now fit inside 32 bits, which is the size of one of the floats from the old vectors.
Wow. Okay. Crazy.
But the vertex shader needs to know how to unpack this data into its separate component.
Yeah, I've seen this. I've seen this before. This is bit shifting up and down. Yeah.
We'll use bit masking for this. The top row here is a mask and matches the number after the AND symbol in the shader.
Yeah.
When we apply this mask to our vertex data, we get a new number with only the bits that line up with the mask. To unpack the rest of our data, we'll shift it to the right and then apply the mask again. We now have
I did
all
this
our data
before.
and can run our shader as usual. But all the chunks are overlapped in the same position. That's because every vertice's position is now in the range 0 to 32. So we need to tell each chunk where it is in the world.
Yeah.
To do this, we'll create a world position uniform in the vertex shader and update it before drawing each chunk.
That is still very efficient. If you keep, like, you draw a chunk of 32 by 32, right? With, I guess, 32 by 32 height as well. Then you set the uniform again, aka you actually have to take a float and then copy that float over, or vector 3 in this position, in this case. Copy that vector 3 over to the GPU from the CPU. It is that fast that it's still... Okay. Per chunk. I know that you have to do it per chunks, but let's say your world has, how high is Minecraft? 100? What is the height of Minecraft? Over 100, right? So let's say 32 by 32. We have to draw at least 3 chunks up and down, and then you draw around yourself. I don't know. You can draw very far. Let's say I have to take a guess. 20. In one direction, so that would be 40 by 40. Minecraft chunks is 16 by 16 by 300. Okay. Most game devs at this moment make it an int and don't think about it. Yeah, I know. It used to be 256, I think.
The vertex shader then adds this world.
What I'm saying is, you still have to do at least, let's just throw in a random number if we say that, right? You still have to throw in at least, every time you draw your world, you do... Let's try that. Let's say you have 40 times 40. No, wait, 40 chunks, right? 40 chunks, you can see 40 chunks. That's 1,600 copy operation to the GPU every frame. It's that fast?
To the vertices position. Our world now renders correctly, and our memory usage is down to 3.4
Or maybe in this case, like it's bigger
increased
for
our
him.
frames a second up to 4,000 just by reducing the memory usage. But we're still storing more data than we need to.
Okay.
If we look at this wireframe, every voxel face has 6 vertices, and 2 of them have the exact same position.
Ah, yeah, he
Storing the
does
same data
the
twice
4.
feels like a waste. Can we render a voxel face with only 4 vertices?
Yes, you
instead?
can. It's indexed
Currently,
rendering.
these triangles are rendered individually, which means we need 3 vertices for each of them. But OpenGL also lets us render triangles as strips, where each extra vertex builds a new triangle off the last.
Yep.
The problem is, everything gets joined together as one long strip. I thought surely there's a way to tell OpenGL to start a new strip every 4 vertices, but I couldn't find anything. But I found an even
And this is when he goes and switches over to Vulkan. Please don't
better
tell me that.
solution. When games render particles, they use instancing. They have a base particle model and a list of positions.
Yeah.
And then OpenGL draws this model at all of these positions. We didn't have to create a huge mesh with all these particles in it. And even better, each particle is a triangle strip and they're not joined together. So we'll use instancing to render our voxels.
Yep.
We'll have a base model for the voxel face, which has only 4 vertices. And then instead of a list of positions, we have a list of our 32-bit voxel data. This voxel data contains everything we used to store in the mesh, but rather than storing it 6 times for each face, we only have to store it once. But when we render the world, everything is facing up. That's because our
I don't understand this.
base voxel model
He
is
lost me
facing
here.
up. We need to rotate it based on the face direction. In the vertex shader, if the face is up, we'll lift the model up.
Facetype.yp.
If it's facing left, we'll rotate it to the side, and the same for the other directions. But if we look at the world, we still have all these gaps. That's because earlier we combined our triangles together, and we're no longer storing how long each combined face is. We need to store this length, but we don't have room for another 6 bits. Thankfully, now that we're using instancing, we can reduce the size of our position data. Before we had to store positions in the range 0 to 32, which is 33 unique numbers. But since our base voxel model is already 1 unit wide, we only need to store positions up to 31. 5 bits can store exactly 32 unique numbers, so we're in luck. We also only
Okay, he lost me here.
need 5 bits to
He
store
lost
the length,
at this
because
point.
each
It's
combined face can be
becoming
up to 32
yeah,
voxels
rocket
long.
science.
Now in the vertex shader, we could use this length value to stretch out the base voxel model. This reduced our memory usage by a factor of 6.
But how many? How many do you have for length? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bits for the length. Okay, that's not that much. You can't really store much length with this. It does work in this case, but if you want to make something really large, you can't,
Up to
right?
32 voxels long.
Like, how long can you go with this? 1, 2, 4, 8, 16. You can't really go much higher. You can go up to 31 here.
Now in the vertex
That's not
shader,
much.
we could use this length value to stretch out the base voxel.
Yeah, and 31. Exactly. You can only get up until 31. 32, not 16. Am I stupid? Am I dumb? Let's see. 1, 2, 4, 8, 16. The first one is 1. It's either 0 or 1. The second one is either 0 or 2. 2 to the power of 1 is 2. 2 to the power of 2 is 4. 2 to the power of 3 is 2 times 2 is 4 times 2 is 8. And then we have 16. Yeah. No 1 bit can store 2 states. This value is 31, bro. This value is at most 31. That's why he answered with
Now in
31.
the vertex shader, we could use this
You see this?
length value to stretch out.
Am I in the way? Am I actually in the way? Wait a minute. I shouldn't be in the way. Yeah, you see that? And 31. 2 bits equals 4 states. Start counting with 2 and double. Everyone has the same result.
Base voxel model. This
I'm saying that the length can be at most 31. We can't have a length higher than 31. with this data. He's bit shifting it down by 25 bits, and then he's taking that result and masking it with the number 31. The highest possible number you can get by masking something with 31 is 31. Oh, let's say 32. But a chunk is 32 voxels in size, so it's fine. See, this is what I was missing. This guy, Mr. Labs, knows exactly what I'm talking about. He's smart. Fucking FireFetch, exactly. So so since each chunk, that's the information I was missing. Since each smart chunk is at most 32 voxels in size, we are fine.
Reduced our memory usage by a factor of 6, down to 580 kilobytes. That's because we're only storing one vertex for each face instead of 6.
Very good,
also,
cool.
The vertex shader only runs 4 times for each face, because we're using triangle strips.
Yeah, what you're doing here is instancing. Exactly, you are indexing into the vertex shader using indices. I wonder if he's showing that.
Frames a second up to 6,500.
Wow.
And the next optimization will increase.
Guys, I am doing 6 vertices. I wonder, like this jump here is, well, of course, it's also because of the data reduction, but also because he's not using 6 triangles. I'm using 6 triangles. Maybe I should do that too. Like, that's a huge jump. That would be... But I'm CPU bound. I'm not GPU bound, actually. Let's take a look. Actually, I'm interested now. Close. Let's launch the application. I want to see, not Diablo. Cakez framework, 10G defense. Launch. Now I'm interested now. If I go and play a normal game, right? We have to do it when we play. Let's give him some upgrades. Let's say a burning arrow. Let's place one here and some melee unit here. And I think the other ones are not working yet. I have 800 frames, lol. Huh, interesting. Wonder why. Why do I have 800 frames? That's a lot. Oh, new graphics card, right. If we take a look at how long or how fast the GPU runs, we can time it here. It runs at 360 microseconds. The entire game runs at 1 millisecond. So my GPU is about 3 times faster than my CPU. I'm currently CPU bound. 800 FPS, time for some more bad code to slow it down. No, yeah, we can use RenderDoc to somehow get an approximation of how fast the game is. I think it's because I'm doing a lot of CPU work. It's a bunch of loops in my game. It's a bunch of stuff I calculate, yeah, each frame. But it is still good enough. Like 1 ms, 800 frames per second is still good enough, 100%. Probably bound by your monitor. Ah, fuck off. It's a debug build, right? Should be much faster than even. Yeah, it's a debug build as well. Bloons 36 map. Yeah, Sid, this is a Bloons 36 map. Exactly. Let's get through the rest of the video. That's actually very interesting. Who linked this? Let's get through the rest of the video first. Thank you very much for linking this. This is awesome.
Even further.
Even further beyond!
We're sending all these commands to the graphics card. This is typical for...
Yeah. Yeah. See, we bind the VAO, we draw, then we set the uniform location, then we bind the vertex array, then we draw. Yeah. We like three of those for each loop. I wonder what he's doing now.
But we can replace them all with just one. To do this, we need to change the way we
draw everything, please.
Store our data. Right now, each chunk has its own list of instance data in its own buffer. This means we need to ask the graphics card to render each of them one at a time.
Why don't you make a storage buffer? He's making a storage buffer now. Watch. Storage buffer.
Instead,
Called
we
it.
can create one huge buffer and give each chunk a small portion of it. To render a specific part of this buffer, we can use the longest OpenGL function ever created.
GL draw arrays instance base instant. Holy shit. Aha. And I wonder what type of buffer this is. Does he go into this?
First two numbers refer to the 4 vertices in our base voxel model. The next two numbers refer to the start and length of the part of the massive buffer that we want to draw. If we want to render multiple parts of this buffer, we could repeat this function. But now we're back to multiple draw commands.
Yeah, that's
We
bad.
could just render the entire combined buffer, but that would render chunks that are outside our field of view. We only want to render chunks that we can actually see. So what we'll do instead is store these parameters in a special kind of buffer called an indirect buffer. Then we can use the second longest OpenGL function.
I have never used indirect rendering, so this is where he lost me. I think I will not understand
to
this.
render them all at the same time. But when we draw them, we have that issue from before where they're all overlapped. That's because we can't use shader uniforms anymore to position each chunk. To fix this, we'll use another buffer called a shader storage buffer object. We can store anything we want in this buffer, and in this case we'll store the world position of every chunk we're trying to draw.
And it's
Each
by
of these
index.
commands has a unique ID called
Oh, yeah.
GLDrawID.
Yeah.
This ID increments for each of our draw commands, so we can use it to select the right position for each chunk. We're now rendering each of our draw commands.
Indirect buffer. I need to see this again. I'm sorry, I need to see this again. Why? The combined buffer, I don't understand. This is one data, right? This is, he totally lost
To
me.
render a specific part of this buffer, we can use the longest all these commands to the graphics card. This is typical for a game, but we can replace them all
This
with just
buffer?
one. To do this, we need to change the way we store our data.
So, like, what I don't understand is this, okay? Maybe you guys know. He has these chunks. Each chunk has the same amount of data, right? That's very important. They all have the same length in data. Now,
Right now, each chunk has its own list of instance data
Yeah.
in its own buffer.
yeah,
This means we need to ask the graphics card to render each of them one at a time.
yeah,
Instead, we can create one huge buffer and give each chunk a small portion of it.
yeah.
To render a specific part of this buffer, we can use a longer
So I suppose what he's trying to say is this data here, he should have done a better job visualizing this. Because like now this orange part, what is that supposed to be? I know this, I don't understand this at all. I'm totally
OpenGL
lost.
function ever created. The first two numbers refer to the 4 vertices in our base voxel model. The next two numbers refer to the start and length of the part of the massive buffer that we want to draw. If we want to render multiple parts of this buffer, we could repeat this function. But now we're back to multiple draw commands. We could just render the entire combined buffer, but that would
Same color spot of the same chunk. I think so. Focus
render
cakes, nah, he
chunks
lost
that
me
are
here.
outside our field of view.
The explanation is bad. The explanation is bad because it leaves us out information. I'm sorry. I think what I'm getting from this is that some buffers or some chunks reference the same data, and therefore to not have data duplication, he puts that data into a specific spot in this ginormous buffer, and then all of the other chunks reference that data with indirect draw. So essentially, let's say you have two chunks and they both reference the same texture, let's say. He's referencing that texture data with this indirect draw buffer, but he's not explaining that. He's just glancing over this, and I think, yeah.
We only want to render chunks that we can actually see. So what we'll do instead is store these parameters in a special kind of buffer called an indirect buffer. Then we can use the second longest OpenGL function to render them all at the same time. But when we draw them, we have that issue from before where they're all overlapped. That's because we can't use shader uniforms anymore to position each chunk.
Yeah,
To fix this,
I
we'll
guess.
use another buffer called a shader storage buffer object. We can store anything we want in this buffer, and in this case we'll store the world position of every chunk we're trying to draw. Each of these commands has a unique ID called GLDrawID. This ID increments for each of our draw commands, so we can use it to select the right position for each chunk.
He's glancing over this
We're
too
now
much.
rendering the entire world
can't
with
follow.
one draw command, which
can't
increased
follow.
our frames a second up to 12,000. That's because our CPU spends hardly any time telling the graphics card what to do, and the graphics card has a huge command it can focus on. But 12,000 frames a second isn't the limit. Now that we're using one draw command, we've unlocked 2 bonus optimizations. The first is related to an optimization that every game uses to ignore triangles that are on the other side of a model. It works by checking if the points in the triangle are going clockwise, and if they aren't, the triangle isn't rendered. This speeds up rendering because we're not wasting time on the triangles that are facing away from us. But the vertex shader still has to run every frame to determine if these triangles are clockwise or not. If we only render the anti-clockwise triangles, we can see there are a lot of them that are facing away from us. This means we're running the vertex shader for all these triangles and then just discarding them. But we can stop these triangles from ever reaching the vertex shader. Let's say the player's standing in this blue chunk. We know they'll never be able to see the red triangles in these chunks because they're facing away from them. That's
based on a normal, I guess.
We also know they'll never be able to see these triangles in these chunks. So rather than creating one mesh for each chunk, we'll create 6. The first mesh only contains triangles that are facing up.
Okay, he's lost me now.
Triangles that are facing down, and so on. We're still only using one buffer and one draw command, but we have an extra step to only render the meshes that are facing the player. The vertex shader is no longer wasting time on triangles the player can't see, which brings our frames a second up to 14,000. We're now up to the final optimization. Earlier I mentioned that we can only combine faces in one direction, not 2.
I was lost 5 minutes ago. Hello Zere, my man.
Another 5 bits for the combined horizontal length. But we can make room by deleting the face direction. We can do this because of the shader storage buffer object we created before. Right now it stores the world position of each mesh in each chunk, but we can also store the face direction of each mesh. This works because now each chunk has a separate mesh for each face direction. So in the vertex shader, we'll replace our face code with the SSBO.
Holy shit.
We now have 5 bits free in our vertex data, which is enough
to
store
uses
the
normals for
second
lighting.
face length. By combining faces in 2 directions, we've reduced our triangle count down to 79,000. This is now running at 17,000 frames per second, which is the highest it'll go. Compared to the start, we're using a tiny fraction of our original memory usage and triangle count.
You know what you know what he's doing? He's made this video and now he's going to apply for a job as a graphics programmer somewhere in the industry.
Reason it's rendering so much faster. You can run these demos yourself and experiment with the code. Details are in the video description. There are 3 more optimizations that I use to...
This is using OpenGL. OpenGL is slow,
Render massive
Just wanted to say
terrain,
that.
which you can watch in this video on screen.
Cool video, very interesting, very cool. I'm actually going to bookmark this for when I do a 3D game, because this actually makes me wanna do a 3D game in OpenGL. You would have 24,000 FPS with Vulkan? Maybe. But in order to write that, you would most likely spend half your life. Watch later, I guess? C++? Something like that. Cool video, very interesting. There you go, guys. Here you go, very cool video. This guy seems to be doing a lot of stuff. Very cool.
Have you ever wanted to try a new game, but you can...
Very cool. I optimized my game. Yeah, that was really cool. A game engine built for optimization. Games don't actually need loading screens. Ruins immersion. Yeah, I think so too. This guy knows what he's talking about. The loading screens suck. My man Zeri, thank you so much for the support. Yeah, actually, I'm going to subscribe to this guy. I think he's made some very, very cool videos. Alright, guys, it is time. We need to do some coding too. What I want to do today is improve this menu a little bit. This is what we did yesterday. It's cool, but we can do better. I saw in Bloons their menu was much cooler and better, and I'll show you what I mean. And for that we need a unit on the left here. So essentially what Bloons is doing is a sine wave. Let's see here. Let's do that. Cakes, how many FPS can the human eye perceive? Human eye can only see 17,000 FPS. I think we all have different FPS counts. But we can definitely see more, or we can see the difference between 24 and 60. There's a huge difference there. And 60 feels smoother, while 24 is more cinematic. And you can make stuff more epic in 24 than you can do in 60 frames per second. The best example is the Star Wars. There was a Star Wars movie. The first Star Wars movie made like in our generation, where they fight Darth Maul. They have actually remade that scene in 60 FPS, and it looked absolutely dog. Because you could see more of the motion. And it made the motion less actiony. It made it, I don't know, difficult to describe. I look at frames that actually count. I see, like the frame of your mom. I'm sorry. God damn, I just couldn't resist, man. I'm sorry. It was too good. Boomer take. Also higher FPS equals less input latency. Yeah, that's true in games for sure. Hello, Tims, my man. Long time no see, bro. Toxic. Okay, so essentially the T value that we make here, or use here, where's that? And I have another idea, but we'll see if that works. Where's the T value? Menu animation, the sub animation time, where's that? Why can I not find? Ah, here. No, sub menu animation time. Where am I increasing that? It's supposed to be increased when it's hot. Ah, so essentially, yeah, we use this, and then over here we do an ease out back. What we can do here instead is a sinf from submenu animation time times pi. That will create a value or a graph. It basically creates this type of graph. Let me show you. Let's open up Firefox. We need that later anyways. Close this. Close this. No. No. I will need that. Close that. Desmos. Over here. I'm pretty sure you know what I mean. X times pi. It creates a graph like this, right? And so now what we can do is essentially, hopefully that works. Then the T value will be between 0 and 1, right? So as we click on this guy and hover over an ability, you see how it goes back and forth. You see that? So why am I doing this? Well, the idea is the following. I'm trying to generate a text center. Well, let's call it menu center, right? F2. Menu center. That takes the Windows Edge position and adds in the half of the text size. Actually adds in all of the text size here in this case into a certain direction on X, and then also a little bit more for padding, let's say 10. And hello Nix, good morning ish. You're a girl? Are you a girl? No, she's not. Boys, hello. Hello! God, I had so much fun in fucking Dark Souls yesterday, man. I can't wait to play it. I need water. I had water. Wait. Hä? I had a big bottle. Oh. Oh, by the way, guys, I have positive news. Hello, I didn't know Jamie Oliver can make games. Jamie Oliver, isn't that the guy that makes food? I can make food too. Hey, Cakez, hello, of choice. Dude, that was during the era when I played Elden Ring, man. What a great game! I thought you looked like him, really? Rage issues? God damn it, man. Alright. Let me think. Ah, yeah. Okay, that's odd. Window edge position. Ah, window edge position. Then we need to divide by 10, by half. Where do we get? Perfect. This moves the window there. And then we make the size of the text. Let's try 8. The window is supposed to be 8. Yeah. Okay. Good. And now, let me think. I need to think really quickly. That's what I mean. This is what Bloon says. You see that? And I know that because I watched the VOD from yesterday. I'll show you. Let me open up the VOD. God, how much do I have left? Oh God, 82. Okay, we can do this. We can do this. Oh, I have some positive news. My boss, from the new job, the side job, the mini job that I do, he gave me 2 hard drives with 4 terabytes of space each that I could use for now. You know, he lends them to me, so I can put a bunch of recordings there. Memory run out? No, I won't run out. I have now for work, no, for my computer to use this for my recordings. I asked him, I told him, like, do you by any chance have old hard drives lying around and I could use? And he told me, yeah, you can use those too. Very nice of him. Really, really nice. It's here. Let me find the balloons part. Anyway, there we go. That I didn't see before. You can click on it. Let's try to find it really quickly. Click on it already, man. There we go. Good. Huh? Oh, there we go. Look here. You can still see some of the... Go back. See how this moves a little bit to the right? Watch. It moves a tiny bit and then moves back. Come on. It doesn't move much. So maybe instead of 10, we could do, let's say, 5. And I think I want to turn this into a const. Right? Let's try to do this, turn this into a find. It bounces a bit, yes. And so I think I want to do a const at the very top here. And this should be renamed. It's like have to menu T. That's the menu time. And then over here, I guess we have a const float bounce bounce, and let's turn it into 5, right? We wanna bounce the menu. I missed the stream where you gave your health globe leprosy. How odd. Oh, you mean this one right here? I did this off stream. I just tried it out. You think it's bad? What do you think? Looks bad or good? Guys, what do you think about the health globe? Did RHCP copy the intro? Outside sounds the same. Other side, it sounds the same. RHCP? What? Concept is good. To give texture, execution is bad. It looks poorly. Yeah, I didn't know how to do it better. Yeah, I know. Like, the concept is a cool idea. I tried my best. But I didn't want to spend like 5 hours trying to perfect it. Spent like 1 or 2 hours on it already. For just a bunch of dots. Health looks dirty. I think it has nice liver spots. I think it's not bad. I think you don't really notice it, right? Over here. And then we do bounce. I mean, I noticed. Yeah, I know. But you noticed this because you are a pixel art perfectionist. You know, most gamers will not notice it. Most gamers will just be like, ah, okay, that's my health. Okay, that's what it looks like. Fine. They won't really care. Okay, now let's take a look again. Now the text is off. I want to draw the text in the menu center. Very important to draw it there. Oh, that's the name. Whoops. Description menu center. Minus text size divided by half plus I see. There we go. Now that would be the description. Why is this so high, by the way? Show your game full window? What do you mean show your game full window? Now I'm a bit confused. I think it is maybe because of the sliced menu how I draw this. Because if I draw the text in the center... Okay, how does it look on the other side now? Looks exactly the same, that's good. I don't like that. It's probably how I draw the sliced menu. The sliced menu is 1 pixel off. Watch. I have this 1 pixel here. Minus. What if I don't do this? What happens then? How does it look? Looks even worse. Huh. Maybe I need to do -2. But then it's off. Completely. 100%. -2 makes no... Maybe -2 is correct. Let's see. It must be the calculation. There has to be some... It's probably because of the bounce. What I have to do is this, I think. +10 plus bounce times t. Then brace all of that together. I think that's gotta be it. Let's see. Yes. Perfect. God, I love this. Look at this, guys. Perfect. And now 10 is a bit much, right? Let's do 5. How about 5? Just needs to be close to the menu. What do you guys think? This is the menu. It's nicely animated. Shows what the ability is gonna get or do. Is this loud, by the way? Let me see. How loud is this? Wow, why is this so loud? Fucking hell, I'm sorry. That's still so loud? Wow. You guys hear this full blast? It's still loud for you guys, right? What the fuck, man? I think could still have had the Nyx bottom bar and have a nature-oriented UI in a game about fruit heroes. I'm trying, bro. I'm trying. It's not like I don't want it. We all know that Nyx would make a better UI. Don't set me off. Shut the fuck up, bro. Fuck you. I'm trying, okay? Fuck off. I'm trying! We do 4. When we turn the bounce 2, 6. Demo when I'm done. I'm going to do the best I can with this UI, with the gameplay. And then we'll see. Okay? Speaking of UI cakes, remember the Discord suggestion from yesterday? Yes, this is what we do next. We turn this into one blob. I guess we do this now. We have to put ourselves to the left for that. Let's go to the left here, boys. We can't really code like that, which is the issue. I guess I'll put you guys here. Then we can code up here. Cakes, do you use a Kuchenrechner to calculate? Listen, man, this is not funny. Okay, it's called Hero Bar. Show Hero Bar, and then cost, something cost here, hero cost. Unit cost, there we go, content. Green arrow, yeah. This is the menu. Unit rect position and then unit rect size. What is this unit rectangle that we have here? We have a proper size. I guess we can do a higher size now. 40. Needs to be a bit higher. 46 maybe. I think 46 is too much. Let's try 45. Morning. Hello there, Helgens. Sorry. Morning, Cakes. More hot sauce and blindfolds today. Yes, sir. We are going to play Dark Souls after I have done some good programming on my game. Let me ask you a question. It's just for my brain stats. Helgens, you joined when I played Dark Souls. Did you join the stream for that? Just want to know where you came from, just to get an idea. I appreciate that you're asking. Yes, of course, we will play Dark Souls. I'm gonna play until I'm done. I really enjoy the game. I think it's one of the best games I have ever played. 100%. Okay. This is, I think, a bit too much. Let me see here. 44. What will the next side project be? Cakes, maybe a chunk rendered Minecraft-ish Souls-like? Actually been following a while. I joined for C++, but I'm a Dark Souls enjoyer as well. I see. I see now. Okay. 42. I think, guys, we need to do 42. It's the answer to all things. That would be enough, I think. And then what we do for the unit rect is used to check for collision, right? Yeah. Yes, it is. Right, and then we can use that. True. Now, next would be... I feel like I need to change the menus in the sprite order so that it works. Because what we can do at the moment is this. Watch. I can place this behind the UI. I think that's bad. I just didn't sub because we have no online payment in my country. Listen, bro. Hey, don't ever feel pressure to subscribe at all, okay? I want you to enjoy what I'm doing, okay? The fact that you are watching is already... I appreciate it a lot, man. Thank you. Join for programming is programming, stay for ages. Oh, I've heard that before. Maybe make the UI pop-outable. No, I think that's annoying. Now, I'm just gonna leave it static. But yeah, like, yeah, you can actually... Oh yeah, Aseprite. For that, we need the texture atlas. I have a cool idea. Where the bottom part of this menu, which is over here, we turn this dark. That gives us a slight separation. Watch. So now the bottom part is a bit darker, and also maybe, just maybe, maybe just like that. Let's see how that looks. Maybe that's better. We'll have to see. Not sure yet. And then instead of 42, we can make it 43 or 4. I think 44. Interesting. 43 works. My man, red aside. Appreciate it, bro. Hardcore mode units are placed on random spots. Make the UI an API I can use from Excel. Don't question how I enjoy my games. Shut the fuck up. Excel. Ugh. We're gonna do some micromanagement here. Yeah. Looking good. Let me think. I feel like they should have at least... Oh wow, what is this? Menu rect? What is this menu rect actually? Where is that used? Is this even used? Point in rect, menu rect. Button invisible. Can hero be placed? Ah, this menu rect. Maybe I should draw a rectangle for that. Let's see. Oh wow. Yeah, of course. I'm a fucking idiot. Okay, I lost it. Fuck. Where's menu rect? Wait, maybe I can move the cursor. There we go. Just wanna see where this menu rect is so we can debug that really quickly. Where is this? It should show a white quad. How do you know where the... Hey Poppy, my man, welcome on YouTube. Interesting, Poppy. You like watching on YouTube more? Welcome, bro. How do you know where are the images you wanna use in your sprite sheet? Are you using some kind of indexing with coordinates or something? How do I know where the images are is because I hard-coded into the game. I have an entire list. Let's say I want to use an explosion. That explosion can be found at that position in the atlas, is that big and has that many frames. That's how I know it. And at the moment this is a switch case statement, but I will turn this into something like this in the future. When I'm done, I will turn it into something like that. A const array of sprites where each indexed sprite tells itself or initializes itself with its own data on startup. And then the get sprite function is useless and the lookup for data is constant. Which means I think this will improve my CPU cycles a little bit. It will be, 100%. It has been proven by Handmade Hero that this will be more efficient. So this is something I will do off stream for fun. When let's say I'm an evening, I have nothing to do, I would do that, yeah. But yeah, that's how I do it at the moment. Just positions. More optimizations. All pictures here are from the sprite sheet, right? When I made a game in university, we used an array like first row is character, second row is enemy, etc. Yeah, it's a sprite sheet. It's a sprite atlas. It's called a texture atlas. Every single texture in here is referenced by offset and size and frame count. The star, anything, yeah. Wolf, hello Cake. Hello there, Poppy. Okay, I made something similar, but I did store it in a JSON for lookup. Yeah, you can do it with a JSON file. You can do it in code. It doesn't really matter. Whatever works for you. Exactly. And I just noticed that this weird hero list. What is this menu rect? What is this supposed to be? Is this menu rect changed? What is this? Do button invisible, unit rectangle, game state seeds. And the point is not in the menu rect. And we have moved 10 pixels away from the center. Then we can place the hero. Then we can actually place the hero. So essentially I cannot place it here. Oh yeah, right. I always make the same mistake with this menu rectangle. I need to quickly debug how this works before I continue. The menu rectangle works where I take the position and then I add in half the size, because the rectangle is top left. Anchor point of my collision detection is top left. However, my what do you call it? However, my drawing is around the center point, so we have to add in half the size for this to be correctly drawn. This rectangle is the collision detection. That's not how it's supposed to look. Hä? Am I stupid? Sense Woofy, hello to the Twitch dudes. Guys, woof. Poppy the doggo sends you a woof. I didn't save. I didn't save. I didn't save. Oh no, I didn't save. Whoops. When you code a game in a single file and can't remember what something does, it doesn't matter whether it's in a single file or multiple functions. You will not remember what it does regardless, because just by the sheer amount of stuff that you do. Hey, my man, I appreciate the follow. Thank you so much, Greg. Appreciate the following. Let's see. Put it 100 down. Let's see. This white quad is weird. What is this? Guys, I don't care about this guy talking. Don't give a shit, man. Thank you. Can you stop talking and just do music, man? Don't care. What is this menu rect? What did I try to do with this? Hello, Push, my man. Good morning. Have fun, dudes. It gets absorbed into the wormhole, my man. See you in Eon. At least he likes Jaffa cakes. Just use some oop if it helps you remember. Bad memories stay longer. Guys, I need to go to the bathroom really quickly. I don't know exactly what I'm trying to do with this menu rect, but let's see. Menu rect. How many times do I use it? That's the only time I use it. It is for collision detection. I use this rectangle to determine whether I can place a unit on the bar or behind the bar. So this menu rectangle is broken. I see. Huh? What? I see. Hero list position. Okay, let me see. Where's the hero list position? Is this top left? In the middle. Shouldn't the rectangle be the height of the bar? The rectangle should be the entire height of the bar. And it should basically be the clip rectangle that you see here. You see how those at the bottom, how they are cut off? That is what I call a clip rectangle. It is clipping the sprites at that point. Shut the fuck up! I need to go to the bathroom really quickly. Every time I go to the bathroom and cross sniper, good morning. What I have missed. We are currently, you have missed the improvement of the menu from yesterday. I made it slightly bounce to each side to give it less of a moving factor, and like moving so fast was really annoying. And now we are currently working on improving basically what someone suggested on Discord. Was it here? Yeah, making it like this. From Rebel Decibel, the suggestion. That's what we are working on right now. And while at the same time doing that, I'm fixing units being able to be placed like behind the bar or something. Which I guess I can't at the moment. Yeah, we'll see, right? But I need to quickly go to the bathroom, and this white rectangle here is supposed to check for collision there. Be right back. Hello, I am back. Okay, so I have a question, guys. First and foremost, this menu rectangle is a little bit odd, really weird. Unless it gets changed, which I think it doesn't. Cakes, when your kid is older, are you going to tell them which position they were? Shut the fuck up! What's wrong with you? Of course not. You don't talk about that. What the fuck is wrong with you, bro? No. Oops. So, guys, I have a question for you, actually. Are you going to tell us? No, I will not tell you, Shade11. Cowgirl, I reckon Cakes is a pillow princess. Shut the fuck up, bro. What is wrong with you guys? Okay, I have a question. Why don't we just... I mean, I would need to make the buttons a bit smaller. But it would work. Oh shit, fuck. Oops, I didn't mean to do that, actually. Whoops. What if I just make the list extend down? What if we just make the list extend to the very bottom here? We can just scroll the entire bar here. And then we put the options button, I don't know, somewhere here. Or somewhere else, maybe to the left. I mean, or the buttons like here somewhere. I still don't know where to put the options button. Let's take a look at Bloons again. The options button is here. Does it move, actually? Do I click it off? I think I click it off. I do click it off and then it moves to the right. The options button, the same for rounds, moves to the right. Let's see. Size it so they all fit at once. You don't have enough heroes for scrolling. I do have enough heroes for scrolling. I cannot size them smaller. That's just how the game works. Before, during, after. He used the range attack. Hey, you can get some great pillows nowadays. Aha, Schnops, I see. Guys, you should know by now, by my Elden Ring gameplay, you know, that I'm not a ranged cuck so much, okay? You can do them RA2 style with 2 columns next to each other. I was thinking about that too. But that would eat too much into the screen, into the visibility. I think I'd rather scroll. Scrolling is fine. We just have to figure out a way to scroll. Maybe I just move them perfectly to the edge of the screen so you don't see anything from... You don't see anything there. It would be a bit high, though. Let me think. Very important for all you guys. My pizza is 100 out of 100. Like, holy shit. Wow, man. God damn it, man. I don't know. Clip rectangle. These buttons are a bit too big for that then. Plants vs. Zombies has it on the top. Yeah, I know they have it on the top, but I like it more here. It also has to fit with the bar, you know. Now that I'm going to upgrade from here, I don't need upgrade buttons on the bottom anymore, but I still need to display... I still need to, and I also like the priority, right? It needs to be priority, abilities, weapons, and then armor pieces. It's better on the side here, yeah. It is better on the side here. I just have to figure out a solution for, I guess, make the clip rect a little bit smaller here. And then have those 2 buttons here. Let's see. Let's make the clip rect a tiny bit smaller. 230. Two. Make it a bit smaller. .5. I wonder why it's 0.5. I don't understand. Why is it 0.5? I don't understand that. That is a perfect cut. That makes no sense. Radial menu for pick characters. Add emote wheel. Emote wheel? What do you mean by that? Nobbin? On YouTube? Radial menu. Radial menu for the pick characters. No, radial menu makes no sense here. Why do I have to do 0.5 to have it pixel perfect? I don't understand that. That's a bit odd. I mean, I guess we'll just use it keep it at 0.5. There must be some reason for this. It's because the menu is misaligned. Wait a minute. That's odd. Why is that? That's because each size is not a full... Ah, I see. That's why. It's gotta be 42. And then for every unit in the list, I'm increasing it, right? By 40. Shouldn't I increase it by 42? I'm confused. Now I'm really confused. Aha, it is a menu, so it's probably 44. Ouch, 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 ouch. No. At least it doesn't work here. I think. It does. But it's dark and therefore it looks weird. Okay, wait. Then make it even darker. That should work, right? Now we can see a separation. Okay, cool. Which means the clip rectangle can now be changed as well. Clip rectangle. Instead of a 0.5, we don't need that anymore. 30, eventually 28, I think. How come Cakez is working so much today? Yesterday he was already playing at this point. I have a little bit more time today. Okay, 30, oh I see, 28. Huh, interesting. So 27 it is. Okay, now the list on the right is perfectly separated. That's what it looks like. I think it's fine. We show 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 heroes at most at the same time. And I wonder how many pixels their first hero is. Let's see, 20? 20 is too much. Oh wow, it moves down there as well. 10 is not enough. 10 is too much as well. Maybe it was 8. Can I not see this? Hero list position. Whatever that means. Eight? No. Wow, 7? I'm so confused. I don't know what I'm doing here, but I'm really confused at this point. That's not enough. 14 maybe. 18? Maybe she buys the spreadsheet thing too. Programming hype gets you sometimes. This is not enough. 20? Yeah. Okay. Now we have a perfect... I like this list. Looks like a nice little string of units that we can have. At the moment your stream goes React code game. How about change the order of your order to code React game? What Would that work for you? Okay, what would the change in order do, Ash and Hops? You think the React is better in the middle? Why? Just a question. Like, do you think the coding part is a little too boring and the React part is more interesting? Or like, what is your incentive for saying that? Oof. Now we have to, like, okay, where is this hero list position? Where is that coming from? We have the correct height for the hero list now. Now, we are still able to move this guy, even though, like, we shouldn't be able to interact with this, right? So we need to fix that next. Oh God. This is animating it. Would it make sense to collapse the UI until you actually hover it? This would make it better to place units under it. No, I tried that before. It was really annoying. There's a reason why Bloons has it always active, and there's a reason why all other tower, or not all other tower defense games, but other tower defense games have it always active too. It's just easier. You can see the prices of all units at all times. Also, in a dicey situation, having to wait for a menu animation is just tedious. This particular portion of coding isn't as exciting as it goes, though you should know how people come back to watch your streams because of your game and C++ ability, not to stare at an ass in Dark Souls dying after. Shut the fuck up. Yeah, I see. React to own code, react to self-failing in Dark Souls. It would get the coding started and done, but I don't know about timings of viewers coming to the stream. You know about that stuff? Okay. I mean, yeah, but usually what I like doing is I just like talking in the beginning, talking to you guys, get some, basically like talk about what's been happening, like basically, yeah, just talk about random shit in the beginning. I like that. It's like a warm up, yeah. Something like that. Yours should be hidden because of your resolution. No, it shouldn't, because Bloons doesn't hide it as well. And if you take a look at the entire menu size or the entire world size, it is actually not as much from the menu as there. It's actually good. Again, I tried that. I tried it before. It didn't work out. It actually did not work out. I tried it before. Bloons has more than 13 pixels. Yes, I know. Bloons has more heroes showing at the same time as well. Okay, I need to clean this up. Sorry about this, guys, but this is a little bit... This hero list position doesn't make much sense. Menu rectangle doesn't make much sense. It should be in the clip rectangle then. Let's draw the clip rectangle here really quickly. Again, one more time. I tried it before. Hiding the menu didn't really make much sense. I tried it before. This is... Aha, okay. That is the entire clip rectangle. Why? Why did I decide to make it so big? I don't think it needs to be that big on the Y coordinate. Let's see. Color is color white. Let's make it transparent. Let's see here. Just give up. He does not want to go to UI. Guys, are you stupid? Are you stupid? Are you absolutely stupid? I tried that. I've been making this game for almost 2.5 years now. I tried it. It didn't work. I tried it. Okay? God. These people. I know better than you, Cakez. Cause I know better. I didn't try it myself, but I know better. Hä? Dude. What? Oh, a fucking idiot. Whoops. Moin Cakez. I know you. I know more than you, lol. I wonder why I made it so big, the clip rectangle. Is there a reason for that? Why don't I just make it as big as this? Box. I wonder. Is there a reason for that? And then I just can't put it into the clip rectangle. Oh yeah, like, what is the deal here? Let's try making it smaller. Hey, 100? Ah. Hä? 38. 40. Wait. Let me see here. Almost have it. Almost have it. I almost have it. Ja. 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 Now the big question is, can we put it on the top here? Would we be able to put it on the top? I think you shouldn't. Demo looks fucking beautiful, not gonna lie. I appreciate it, bro. Thank you. Thank you very much. Ja. 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 Almost. 4. 6. I'm gonna give it a little bit of a padding. Yeah, the white area is where we cannot place the heroes. We cannot place them there, okay? So it's literally red, right? That's where we can't place them. Cannot place it. We cannot place it there. Quit saying, yeah, it sounds like an awful lot like your mom. Shut the fuck up. Yeah. Now, next, after we have this, we need to say, okay, sir, whenever you're trying to place a unit, which is further down below, it cannot be in the clip rectangle's position. Is point and rect here around the center point? Yes. Point and rect to the clip rectangle position. And the clip... No, wait. Whoopsie. The unit's rectangle's position, I guess, cannot be in the clip rectangle, in the red rectangle that we have on the side. Which means, if I try to place this, I don't have money. Yeah, if I try to place this hero now and place him somewhere here, I cannot. He will flutch back. Good. Awesome. That works. Next. 2 hours? Is it really already 2 hours? Oh, we're already at 2 hours. Okay. I mean, I still have to do some Dark Souls, of course. I love that game. Yeah, now that we have this. That was the most difficult part, actually. Now, we can work on actually drawing the rectangle. That would be easy, right? Contents, right? We have the contents here. Unit cost. We keep the unit cost for now. Probably move it a little bit to the left. The heading. We get rid of this. Don't need that. There we go. The unit cost position. And now we need to worry about that. So now that we have this, looks better. Where is the unit first? Where do we draw that unit? Hero cost. Draw unit. There we go. Oh goodness. Oh goodness. Okay. Yeah. Here it is. Yeah. Goodness. Yeah. Oh shit. If it is active. If it's not active, we want I mean, I'm confused now. Shit, man. Holy fucking shit. Yeah, I did some crazy stuff here, guys. Essentially what I did was, oh god. This is, oh my god. It's essentially the white quad that appears now. That is the rectangle for the unit. Huh, okay. I guess we don't need to do that. Goodness. And you see how it extends to the left, so that whenever let's make it a bit transparent. Guys, I think I have to do this like yeah. Can anyone still follow? You find this interesting? Push, are you here, bro? My man, Push, are you here? He will, once he's not able to keep track locally, given how many of them there are. To be honest, I'm surprised he doesn't make static const vars for his magic numbers within the function. Phoning Push, yeah, I'm phoning Push. I mean, sometimes it does move outside, you know, the rectangle does move outside. This is for collision detection with the mouse. But that means I can also go in between here, you see that? What? What are you saying? He doesn't make static const vars? Time for teach refactor into some better architecture? I mean, it does work. So maybe I shouldn't touch it. It's fine. It does work, so that's okay. All I have to do is just draw. Just draw it a little bit further down. That's all I have to do, essentially. Fuck, man. It works so well. I can draw this a little bit further down, right? Plus a vector 2 of 0 and then let's say 4 or 5 pixels. That works. But it looks weird. Right now every single unit is moved further down below, but if the moment I think it's still fine. I think it's fine, actually. Yeah. What do you think, guys? I think that's okay. Maybe we can make this unit rectangle a little bit better. Maybe move it a little bit to the left. Yeah, it activates here, so maybe -2 pixels here. Then also -2 pixels here. Then give it the size. Here, what is it called? Menu something size. Fuck, I forgot the name of that. It is called unit slot rect. Let's try that. That would top align it, but give space on the bottom. Right? Huh, interesting. Everything moves if I do that. That's odd. Interesting. Background. It uses this rectangle. Very interesting. This is -2. That's what it comes from. That's where it comes from. The fact of the matter is, the sliced menu is 2 pixels too big. Hello Inukai on YouTube, my man. Good morning. Is that one piece? No, that's just popcorn. Okay. I see. That should then be -16 actually. Then it would work, right? It's perfectly aligned now. Okay, I mean, maybe I did some wrong calculations here. I could have totally done some stupid calculations. Maybe that works. Okay. And then we can change this to be a bit larger, 44. Is it 44 or? Yeah. Then we do 32. Is not good enough. 31, or we do 28. Hey, Cakez, how can you get even more sexier? I don't know, man. Shut the fuck. I can only get so hard, bro. Stop stalling. It's not that difficult, dude. I'm trying my best. Yeah. We have everything we need now, I think. We don't need this anymore. It's gotta be an error somewhere, right? We successfully removed this. Awesome. Now. I feel... Aha! The clip rectangle needs to extend a little bit more to the left. So we should do 8. I get it now. I understand it now. Tuned in just in time for the first thing I hear is Cakez is burping. Hello there, Travis Roman. How's it going, man? How's your engine coming along, bro? How's your engine coming along? Awesome. Yeah, we are currently working on collision detection with the menu, the mouse, and then animating heroes to the left. And I have a bunch of, like, the red rectangle is the area in which I cannot place units. The white rectangle is the collision detection for the mouse, for when I can still grab a unit. Yeah, and I'm currently trying to make that work properly. So, for example, this bottom rectangle here should not activate when I hover over with the mouse. That shouldn't happen. And I'm trying to clean up my stuff. And now I understand why I had a menu rectangle, because the clip rectangle... Guys, I have a question for you. That kind of UI stuff is always fun. Yeah, it's difficult to get it right, but it's possible. I have a question for you. Would you guys be triggered if you cannot place the unit pixel perfect to the left, but have to, like, place it 1 or 2 pixels to the left before you can place it? So, for example, you couldn't place it here, but you could place it here, if that makes sense. Oh no. And I just noticed. They pop up, which is also wrong. How did I do that? Lol. I think we're just gonna do it like this and see if someone is triggered by that, right? Let's do -8 and then 48. I don't think I will have much bigger things. Placing units without a grid is finicky always. This is one of those things you cannot prevent. Yeah, I mean, we'll try, right? I'll just try. Now the red box got extended to the left so the tree doesn't get cut off. But I think -8 might be a bit much. Let's try -6. I think you have to ask a question, then you know the answer will be yes. I mean... What am I listening to? What is going on here, man? I understand now. Once you pick up a hero, you can collapse the menu, enable placement. Why are you drooling? Placing units without a grid? Oh, I already read that. I'm sorry. Yeah. Worst case scenario, it's something you could A/B test, yeah. However, I do want to not cut off the animation of this tree. The skirting tree. So we probably have to make this rectangle a little bit bigger. Let's say 12 or 14, 16. Which means we have to make this much bigger. Let's say 60. Once you pick up a hero, you can collapse the menu. No, I do not collapse the menu. I will not collapse it. There we go. Now that is the entire animation of the tree inside of it showing up. But now I know why. Now I understand why. Like, I cannot place it here. You see that? It's not allowing me to do that. Now I know I had a menu rect. Well, let's call it placement menu. Let's call it menu rect. The menu rect is essentially the same as the clip rect. When we make those consts, both of those are const. Don't want to change it. Instead of -16. What did we have before? Shit. What did we have before? Fuck. Unit slot rank divided by 2, right? To the left. That would bring us to the perfect left. And then give us a size of... Uh, 60 is fine. Let's try to draw the menu rect here. Why not? So let's clean it up now. Make it pixel perfect, and then we can move on, right? We set this bar to be finished. It has been thoroughly tested. It's 2 pixels off. Why? Huh. Interesting. You can move the rectangle to the right, the character to the left of the rectangle, not in the middle, and when it extends to the left by mouse over, then it stays in the red box. Does it make sense? Yeah, it makes sense, but it looks weird. I want it to pop off, you know, or pop out, if that makes sense. And I want to be able to place this guy right next to... I wonder why I cannot place him here. Maybe it's colliding with the unit. I want to be able to place him, let's say... Shit. I want to be able to place him here. I can't place him? Oh, of course it's checking for collision with the clip rectangle, not the menu rectangle. Collision detection, where was that? Here. No, where was that? Here. Unit rect with the clip rect. Now we use the menu rect. Get rect. Now we're checking for collision there. And I feel like I'm going to extend that menu rectangle a tiny bit to the left still. Let's give ourselves 2 pixels padding. If someone really wants to have a perfect placement, pixel perfect placement, we're going to give them that. Basically that would be changing the 4 to a 2. So now the red bar is where we cannot place. Let's see. Yeah, I can place him here. He's behind a tree now, but yeah. So essentially we can place him right here. I think that's fine. We still see most of the unit. And yeah, I think that's okay. That is good enough. Now there is, I think, one last thing. We have to do an if check for the bottom here. You see that? I can place the pirate. That looks fine, to be honest. I think so, yeah. The important question is, once you drop a character that is close to the menu, does the menu block any further interaction with that character? No, it does not. You can click on all of those here. As long as you don't click on the menu. It's really annoying a little bit. If you get too close, right, then that can be a bit of an issue. But no. You will still be able to click on it. Maybe I make the red box a little bit bigger for that. Maybe we make it bigger for now. Instead of -4, let's do -6. Right? Give enough space from the menu. Okay, now that we have this, next we need to disable all collision detection if the unit is actually outside of our clip rectangle. So we are taking this unit rectangle and... do we even draw? I don't want to be able to click it. How do I disable it? That's the big question. Hover animation time. I don't want to animate it at all. Background. I should not be able to interact with this at all. That's the big thing. How do I do that? This is just sprites, numbers, quads, units, button ID. Where do I do the button? Here. Here is the invisible button. We don't do an invisible button at all if we are outside. So we need to add another if check here and then we're good. If the position of our rectangle, which is the white rectangle, plus the size of our rectangle divided by 2 is inside our menu rectangle. Then we should be able to interact with this. Otherwise, we don't do a button, because how, you know, if checks work, if this is not true, it doesn't check any of these. So first we check, is our dude even in there? Now I should not be able to do a button. That means I can click this button all I want. Tell me. Perfect. I can't click, but I can't click this button. Because back then, before today, I had the issue that if I wanted to click this button, I would accidentally grab a hero. Awesome. And now let's move it a tiny bit. We cannot interact with this hero. Move it a little bit more. Still can't. Still can't. Oh, wow. Okay. Wait. What? Where's that point? Huh? Oh, my man, I appreciate the support. Thank you so much for following, bro. Captain. -1. Vector 2, 2. Let's draw that. Where's this white point? Hey, why is it in the bottom? Okay, maybe I just need to take a look at the position. Maybe the rectangle is already in the middle. Okay. Fine, then we already have the middle point here. Cool. That makes it much easier. Awesome. I got you, bro. Good luck on your project. Thank you so much, bro. You should add a comment or you will forget again. C++ guys have memory issues. Shut the fuck up, Sinuka. Fuck. Okay, bro. Yeah. Now he is already clickable after half the thing is ready. Cool. Nice. Then we can get rid of this debug draw menu. And we can now draw the number and the color in a different... Okay, let's see. This is the cost of the unit. We want to first draw the cost. Let's see, this is the middle point. We want to move not 19 pixels up, but let's say 16. Not enough, actually. Or maybe it is. Or we move the unit down a bit. Let's see. Draw unit. Maybe we move it down by... Oof, we don't have much space left. Look at the tree. The tree is already penetrating down. Fuck. Well, maybe we just make the number draw on top of the hero sometimes. We just have to work with that. The hero is already... it's already penetrating down, bro. Fuck. I mean, that's just how it is then. Fine. We'll just move it. I think it would be 14 pixels would be a nice 14. And then we need to move that a little bit to the left. We will never have a unit that has less cost or more cost than 100. And but we will have single digit costs for units for sure. So -8 maybe. Yeah. I think so. I think that's fine. And then the number. We have the seed now. The number needs to be 1 slot higher, which means only 2 places down. Let's see that. What does it look like? What do you guys think? This would be the new menu to the right. Maybe this is actually cleaner. Or we could do the following. We have a little bit of space still. We could say, fine. Let me see here. This is where we loop over the heroes. That would be the first one. Huh? Unit slot rect dot. Why? I see unit slot size. It's not a rectangle, but a size. Unit slot size. Much cleaner again. Cakez code is very well common. A bit to red emo. Yeah, this is still for the collision detection. Because I'm going to change this now to 46. I want to give myself a little bit more space on the bottom. And then wait, 46, we have 5 times 2, that's 10 more pixels, which means we need to extend this by 10. It's not 10? Wait, I increased it by 10. How am I 1 pixel short? Hey, my man, Fizzboots, thank you very much for subscribing with Twitch Prime. Why did that not show up? Uh-oh, Abif. Abif, my man, thank you so much. I appreciate the support, bro. Wait, did you shout out the subscription? Interesting. Flixbus, I appreciate it, bro, man. Thank you. Thank you so much for the support, man. Sorry that it didn't give you a... I'm gonna write Abif really quickly. There might be an issue with the bot. Edit, by the way, bot's audio is missing from Twitch VOD. Okay, thank you. Today's Twitch primer didn't give a notification. Let's write that to him. There we go. Okay. All right. I don't know why I have to do 37 now. That doesn't add up to me. Oops. No, 22 and then 30. Don't know why. It is 3 pixels. That makes no sense. I mean, whatever, right? I don't know why that is. Pfft. I don't know, whatever. Let's do 35 then. It should add, like in my book, if you keep adding 46 together and you add 30 to that. Wait, what is this? 46 times 5 plus 30 divided by 2. That's 130. Well, like it's 260. Whatever, like, listen, I'm not gonna ask any question, maybe because of division by 2. Yeah, maybe it's not a maybe it's not a multiple of 2. Could be, right? Don't know. But it still works. It's fine. Now we have a list. I think the list is good enough. We have the number, how much it costs at the top. Looks kinda nice together. Now I wanna just test one last thing. Defender, colon. We are going to set the cost of the defender from 10 to 9. And I want to see where the number is. It should be left aligned. Okay, that looks a bit odd. It looks really odd. Maybe I should do center. Okay, that's the last thing. That's the last thing and we're done. Cost. The cost needs to be better. Where is the cost? Here. So text outline, center. Now we're going to align it with center. That makes the text look wrong, of course. But it will always work, I think. Actually, it won't. Fuck. Right aligned for counts, Immo. Right aligned for the counts. You mean for how much it costs? Maybe we should right align. You think right align would look much better, guys? The number is to the right of the icon, so it should be aligned to the right now. Well, we can do that. Right. That's fine. We could say, well, 20. I don't think gamers care. I don't think really they do care, yeah. No backseating, pay attention to the text, guys. Make them pay $10 for a better menu. Okay, bro. I think this is good enough. The tree still extends a little bit over in the menu here. I can't do anything about it, unfortunately. It's just a huge tree. Why is there an up arrow? Oh yeah, the up arrow. Thank you so much. The up arrow is in a bad place. Let me find that really quickly. The reason why the green arrow, there we go. The reason why the green arrow is there is because it shows that this unit can level up. This unit is, you can spend skill points. It's looking good, my dude. Thank you very much. Put a lot of work into this, and I think it's finally coming together very well, very nicely. All right, let's get rid of that shit here. I'm pretty sure there's still some stuff here that I'm not using, but whatever. This is the new menu. It is just a list of units to the right. Just one last thing for the menu. The clip rectangle. I wanted to start at 10. I want to perfectionate. How do you say that? Ich möchte das Menü perfektionieren. Okay, in English. That is what I'm trying to do now. Okay. I don't know if there's a word for perfektionieren in English, but that's what I'm trying to do now. The clip rect. Okay, that's 5. Interesting. I think that's why it is an uneven number. And then it should be 230. God! Perfect! You're trying to refine it, yeah. So essentially what I'm trying to do is, you see how this the menu now moves in there and doesn't go outside of the screen? That's what I try to do. That's all. Cool. Now we have the menu here. And the way this works is, if I ever turn this into a phone game, you will just be able to swipe with this, right? It will just work. Cool. Very nice. Nice. I can't place units anymore. Yeah. It's gotta be the SIF check here. Yeah. It's this if check here. This if check checks if this rectangle of the unit is outside of this, you know, this red rectangle that I defined. And if not, then I cannot make a button. So basically, the moment I move it outside, it's just a sprite that is stuck to my mouse. Which means, fuck, I introduced a bug with this if check. Bruh. So this needs to be like, okay, if it is not active. So if is active, button ID, and so if it's not active, and that. Let's try this. I have a sprite stuck to my mouth too. Still doesn't work. Because the moment I... Fuck. Shit, man. Fuck, if I don't do a button, then... fuck, man. I need to fix this tomorrow. I don't know. Don't know how to do it yet. But this if check doesn't work. Unfortunately. Not sure how to do it yet. What engine are you using? And how long have you been working on this? I've been working on this for about 2.5 years. The engine I'm using is my own. It is based on a C++ tutorial I made on YouTube. It's this one right here. If you're interested, it's based on this. Fix it now, you're saying, and how Dark Souls without finishing your work. I know that this type of work will take at least another hour, bro. That's why. Okay, well, how about this? I'm gonna give it 15 minutes. If I'm unable to fix it in 15 minutes, then I'll do it tomorrow. Come back fresh. So essentially what's happening is I should not be able to click on buttons outside of this list. Okay? But any button that is inside of this list, I should be able to interact with. But the moment I move this... Let me check here really quickly. Where is this defined? This unit rectangle position is defined by the hero list position, which gets changed. I think we can take a look at the list of the hero in the list. Yeah, maybe we do it like that. Maybe we already have the solution. Instead of the unit in the hero list position. If the list if the hero in the list is not inside of my lovely rectangle. It works, I think. Eh? Oh, I see. Oh, fuck. Fuck. Almost. Almost. Do I use the hero list position after this? I do. I mean, I guess we'll just do this twice, fine. Fuck, man. Let me think. Let's call it this. Hero list position offset. Okay, I mean, maybe that's it. It is a kind of a dirty solution, but yeah. Procrastinator. Okay, let's see. I can't click on him, but now I can. Okay, it's mostly about the Y position here. What if I... there's still an issue about the button here. But maybe I just turn those two buttons. Where are the buttons? Speed option buttons. Yeah, we're just going to increase the layer so that they are always on top. I don't know, 5 or something. Maybe that's enough. Okay, so I can click on this, but the button would always win. Okay. 2 months until you are Dada. I think it should go all the way down to the bottom of the screen so it looks scrollable. Yeah, or have like a green arrow to the bottom. I know what you mean. It's impressive how you can manage to work with this distracting environment, lol. I've had worse. Let's say that. The music is a little bit distracting, I have to say. Yes. Good morning, Sir Cakez chat. Hello, Pikachu. We had a bunch of pipes going on. I'll think about it. I need to at least show if there's more down. Yes. I've had that before. We'll have to see. But that's a good point that you bring up. Now the last thing. Wait, actually it works now? This has to do with something else, I think. How this is drawn. The defender is drawn differently, I think. Pivot offset? Why does it work for the Ranger? It doesn't have an offset as well. Weird. Sup Cakez, hello my gets up. Good morning. 2 months until progress in Cake City will come to a halt. What? No. I will still do my streams. You know, I will still do them. Like my wife will just be at home, and if she needs me, I'm just gonna, you know, take a small AFK break. How come the Pirate on Orange doesn't have an idle animation? No, not done yet. I'm still working on the game. That's why. I don't understand why it moves this guy up so much. Same with... Not here. Not here. And this one moves down. Why is this guy moving up? I don't understand. Huh? They should place exactly... Weird. Maybe. Maybe it's the rect collider. No. Let's take a look. Maybe there's a difference between the Here's a sprite offset. Ranger has a sprite offset. I see. So they still have the sprite offsets, which makes it wrong. We are not supposed to take a look at the can hero be placed. Yeah. It adds the sprite offset here, but that shouldn't be it. It should take the sprite. There we go. And then idle sprite, the pivot point. Pivot offset. And I think that would be -10, so we just add that to it. There we go. Because we would like to position him like that. Let's see how that looks now. Oh god. Oh god. Oh no. Maybe minus? What song is this? You can do exclamation mark song. Wait, is the bot broken completely? Wait a minute. Maybe I have to restart the bot. Yeah, it looks like the bot broke. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, that works perfectly. That works too. This one didn't change yet. Oh, actually that does. This one should move. Hey. I'm confused now. Guys, I'm confused. But it works, I guess. I think. It does work. We changed the ranger, we changed... Yeah, the mage. Oh, I see, the mage has a... Hey? I'm so confused. Why is it breaking? Socket connection? I don't know why it's breaking. Could be. Fair enough. OpenGL is already... he tried Vulkan. Is Raylip or... Is this Raylip or OpenGL? It's OpenGL. He tried Vulkan. It was too difficult. Yeah. It was not too difficult, you fucking bitch. What are you talking about? Look at this guy. It was not too difficult, Inukai. It was not. Are you stupid? It took too long. That has nothing to do with difficulty. It has to do with time. Time is not difficulty. Inukai has turned toxic. He's always been toxic, man. Holy shit. Alright, guys. This is what we managed to do so far today. We can now place heroes from the bar. We need to show an indication that the bar extends to the bottom. That is true. Not sure how I'll do that. Probably with an arrow. Maybe we'll do this really quickly. I think I know how to do it. In the hero list, we have a maximum offset. Where is that? Over here. And if this list offset oof. Yeah, let's not pretend like fine. I'm gonna worry about this later. We're gonna worry about this some other time. If this is like the green arrow on the bottom. If a list y offset is less than the max y offset, then we want to draw a UI sprite that is I have one of those green arrows in my sprite atlas. Where are they? Maybe here to the left. I had sorting stuff. I had a green arrow somewhere. Not this. Goodness. Yeah, where was that? I guess we could draw one really quickly. It's very easy to do. We just do this, this, and then extend that. Essentially, something like that, right? Maybe make it a little bit thicker, right? One larger. Like that, and then maybe thicken this up. There we go. Then give it some shading here. Like this. And then give it a nice bright corner to show some highlight. Right, and then of course an outline. And maybe we round this here a little bit to make it look cooler. What do you guys think? And maybe we can move this in by 1 pixel. I think that looks good. To be careful not to move it too close to this. So I'm just gonna move it here. Yep, that looks better. Okay, how big is this? 10 by 8. It's very important that this is it's very important that we can divide this by 2. Let's see here. We need some UI stuff. Where did I put UI? Here. God. So that is a sprite. Do we have a green arrow here somewhere? Button. Let's see. / arrow. There he is. There's another arrow here. Let me put this sprite list down arrow. We call it that. Then right green arrow. Put this here. Case. It was 10 by 8, right? 10 by 8. And when was it? On 1131 and 64. There we go. Now we have this arrow in the game and we can use that. Sprite list down arrow. Put it at the We want to put it at the menu rect dot position plus a vector 2 of menu rect dot size dot x dot y and 0, I think. Let's see. And it's not gonna show up now. First we have to save and export the atlas. It is here now. It's a bit small. Maybe move it in a little bit to the right. And a bit higher by like 2 pixels. 2 pixels up and let's say 4 pixels in. Now we have an arrow here. You think this is enough? This arrow right here, what do you think? Does it show that we can extend to the bottom and now we can't? I think I need to make this a draw on top of everything. I feel programming like Casey is okay once you learn how to do it properly safely. That way you can understand the dangers of doing in such a way. Pointer arithmetic, for instance. While Cakez does C, Ninx learns Unreal Engine 5 visual scripting, may just learn what? What are you trying to say here? While Cakez does C, Ninx learning Unreal Engine visual scripting may just learn more about C++ than him. Yeah, I don't learn much about C++ at all, 100%. I agree. But I don't intend to learn C++. I want to learn how to make a game. Cakez reading all the toxic comments? Yeah, apparently, huh? In case you need an up arrow, Cakez? Yeah, I mean, I guess I could make an up arrow too. I mean, fine, we're going to make an up arrow. Didn't actually want to do it, but yeah. Sorry. I wonder how you do that. I know the shadow is on the bottom. And I guess this is here. And then the green, normal green stuff is here, right? Yeah, I suppose that's it. Fine. Then we have both. Hey Cakez, long time no see. What are you working on? We are currently working on the list to the right here in the game, making it basically, yeah, making it perfect. And then we are going to switch over to Dark Souls. Now, if my calculations are right, I can just do +8 here, which is 72. Then we have the list up arrow there. Then we save and export, and we should have both arrows there. Oh yeah, wait. It needs to be in a different location, of course. It needs to be at the menu rect position without the size. And then maybe -2. Higher than that. Or maybe down. We'll have to see. Oh, did I not export this? Did I not export here? Click this. Huh? Am I stupid? Is this never happening? It doesn't happen. I see. It only happens when I am completely. I see. When I'm. Then it. Oh God. Okay. This is gotta be. Holy shit. 4 or something. This needs to be another if check. I guess if. It's always been if list y offset is greater than 0. Then we do this. The moment we move down by at least 1 pixel. There we go. Okay, now the arrow looks a bit odd still. I think we... Stop, man. Stop. Fuck. Now... 6. Cakez, if you don't have any spacing between the cards, then there's no point in having double edges for each card. Stop complaining about the list. The list is perfect, okay? Shut the fuck up. Okay, the list is nice. It's good enough. There we go. You happy now, guys? Are you happy? Maybe I move them over to the right. Can you animate them doing a jumpy animation? No. At this... Why do you have a ball? You're not supposed to have a ball. Okay. At this point, the list is done. It's good enough. The rounds may be a bit too far to the left. Guten Mittag, bitch. Guten Mittag, Mr. Elmida. I'm gonna quickly add in another string and then we're done. String, yeah, let's put it here at the top, whatever. Wait, I already have a string rounds? Huh? Oh, I see. Good. Then this is just a percentage %s. Whoops. Then it gives me the string. Now, I wonder if this will break, this printf will break if you have like a Chinese font or Chinese characters. Guys, will printf break with Chinese characters? This is something for the future, but I would still like to know. Let's move this a bit further down, like 1 or 2 pixels. You need W printf or something. Okay, so my format text, at least I have this format text here function, will need to be extended to, instead of using sprintf, it will use wsprintf. You don't support UTF most likely in your stuff. Yeah, probably not. I mean, my format text uses sprintf. Yeah. Okay. Well, that will be something for the future when we do different localizations, but that will only happen once this text file here, which is already UTF-8 encoded, will need to be translated into a language. Let's say German. I think German will be the first language because we have characters in there that we cannot abbilden in English with just ASCII characters. We have some umlaute in English that we cannot. Well, we can't use that. Scheiße. Yeah, abbilden is display. Yeah. I think display is different. I mean, I don't mean abbilden per se, but you know what I mean, right? Umlaut, yeah. Okay. This is good enough for today. For the programming. I'm gonna quickly put in a Dark Souls session. Not gonna be that long. How long have we been going for? Hopefully 3 hours, yeah. So like an hour of Dark Souls. Blah, blah, blah. Let me think. Hero list upgrade. Let's push this really quickly. Good. Let's switch to the only thing you're worse than at coding. Okay, bro, you don't know anything. I think I'm doing very well in Dark Souls, to be honest. I only have 90 deaths so far. I need to go to the bathroom really quickly before we begin. While we wait, you guys can take a look at them slicing the enemies to pieces. Be right back. It's time, boys! Oh, I can't wait! Oh, that's what I've been waiting for, man! Addiction! Let's fuel the addiction. How much space do I have on the computer? 78 gigabytes. Yeah? That's not much. Alright, it's time. Oh, no, cancel. Anything? Let's move myself here. Move chat over here. Dev counter on. Cakez, do you have an SSD? Yeah, I have one. Okay, guys, I'm gonna switch over from this YouTube channel to the other one. If you wanna follow along with the Dark Souls playthrough, I know most of you don't. I really appreciate the support. I really appreciate you guys joining and watching today's stream. I hope you enjoyed it, man. Hope you had fun. The other YouTube channel is... My bot doesn't work. Yeah, give me a second. The bot seems to be crashing. It looks like... Didn't I start this earlier? Yeah, there we go. Let me quickly copy that. The other YouTube channel, you can find it right here. I wasn't always toxic. I was wholesome, but I need to vent my 30-minute chat delay frustration that made me toxic. Yeah. I appreciate the support, guys. I'll see you tomorrow on YouTube. Have a great one.